All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of David's Plantas. I wanted to talk today about something that's definitely been on my mind. One of the things that I've shared is kind of like different plants that I'm getting or ways that I'm kind of growing my collection. And obviously, I didn't start here. And you don't have to start with, 90, 100 plants right away. You can start with one. And one of the things that we did actually yesterday, which was Friday, was at my school, we held a virtual webinar on plants. There were a couple of us who are big, avid houseplant people and a couple of people who are gardeners, but I think we all shared very common themes around plant failures. Definitely one of the things when I first started my plant journey was just the aversion to failing. Like, what if I kill the plant? What if I don't know how to do it? What if it's too hard? And definitely throughout all the months that I've been doing this, definitely learned that there are some plants that just like me and the plant are not all that compatible. But I also hear people say, oh, well, I don't have a green thumb. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. You do. You just got to figure out the right plant for you, your space. And so I wanted to kind of do a like behind the scenes of beyond Instagram and Facebook. What are some of the plant failures that I've experienced? I actually have a couple with me here that are either just struggle busing, that are probably on their way, out to the compost. And there's actually also been plants that have given away. There's times when a plant just doesn't bring you joy anymore, or maybe it's a little bit too challenging for you. I've had a few of those, or it's just not happy. And you're maybe not happy with it, and it's okay to give it away. There's always people I've found in the plant community that will take them and rehab them. And I've also received some plants to rehab, so it's definitely been, part of the journey. So let me show you a couple of things. So the first one is actually me and succulents. So I've tried, I actually just tossed one the other day. I repotted it, I had overwatered it. And the first string of dolphins that I got was actually out of a shop in Austin. And these are some of the clippings from it. You can see there's still a little bit of roots. There's a little bit of hope for these, but they're not doing that great. I actually just took a couple of clippings. Before I took a couple of clippings and I was kind of playing around with them to see if I could propagate them. I actually gave the entire plant away to somebody else here in San Antonio, and hopefully it's thriving with them, but it was not thriving with me. And so, I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna kind of see what can still become of them, but sometimes plants just don't do well with us, and succulents and me, I think, we're still kind of figuring ourselves out. The lighting, how much water. But yeah, this is a string of dolphins. This one's roots are not as long. You can tell this one definitely has some good roots. So we'll see. They were sitting in this pot. I may kind of still see what I can do with them. But another one was a friend had given me a spider plant that wasn't doing too great. And spider plants are supposed to be one of the easiest plants, and sometimes they just don't work. So this is a sad little pathetic. Honestly, I probably just didn't pay too much attention to it, and it was outside and it just dried up, and it's probably still trying in there. And there are some plants sometimes that you don't give up on. There was one plant in particular that was given to me early on, just this big old Thanksgiving cactus. I started getting scared because I started seeing spots on it, and I think I talked about how I had a friend that helped me treat it. So sometimes it's also just getting help and asking fellow plant people, what do I do? This is kind of the situation, and they'll either tell you kind of what their thoughts are on it, what you should do. But some plants you definitely don't want to give up on. This was a gift from a friend, and I wanted to see it live, and it's living and it's growing and it's got some good growth points. So we're gonna keep on going with it. But another thing, I was trying to propagate a ghost bone. I bought a ghost bone recently, and in the shipping, one part of the ghost bone actually fell off, so I calloused it over, thought I followed all the instructions, and this is it. I mean, maybe it just wasn't big enough, I don't know, but it seemed like the callus was going well, and then I don't know if things happen. One of the plants that I was after for a while was a string of hearts. This is my sad and pathetic strings of hearts. I may actually give this one away pretty soon. I don't know if I can actually bring this back to life, but there's probably somebody out there who can. It's not totally dead. There were definitely parts of it that were dying. I took it out of its original pot. I was super excited. I'd been wanting a string of hearts and a variegated string of hearts, and now I'm gonna wait till I get another one. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you fail with the plant and you want to get another one. sometimes you don't. One of the first plants that was killed was a polka dot plant, and I left it for a few days without watering it. They're really finicky, and when I came back, it was dead. I'm not gonna get another one anytime soon. String of Hearts, I still have some love and hope for, but we'll see. And then other times, you get plants like I got some plants this weekend from a friend. I'm gonna see if I can save this one. I think I left it out in the sun a little bit too long. It's beautiful. It's got some nice pinkish colors, and I just think it's a little sad. Yep, see, a leaf just fell. It's a little sad, but we'll try to bring it back to life. So I hope that this video at least encourages you to know that not everything looks like Instagram and Facebook perfect. There's definitely lots of trial and error with plants. There's some things you propagate that'll work. There's some things you propagate that won't. There's some things that you'll forget to water. There's some things that you'll leave in too much sun. It's a whole process, and I think that's just part of being surrounded by plants. Some things just don't thrive. So I wanted to show you some of those behind the scenes plants to kind of show you things go wrong. And there's definitely still hope. I would definitely stick to things that I love, like Sansevierias, as I've talked about previously. I know those are pretty easy to take care of. I've done fairly well, knock on wood, and I haven't, killed one yet. It's not to say I'll never have one that goes bad on me. Things just happen, but definitely explore different things, see what works for you. Sometimes plants look really pretty, but they're actually really high maintenance. Those are not my kind of plants, but they're other people's kinds of plants. Sometimes things do better in the restroom. We don't have plants in our restroom right now. We might. It's not something that I necessarily want to have, but we'll see. I'm not totally opposed to it. It's just not a high priority for me. So yeah, those are a couple of sad plants. It happens. And that doesn't mean you have not a green thumb or black thumb, some people say. Just means that it's part of the process. So good luck. Hope you find a plant that you can definitely do well with, whether it's a ZZ or a snake plant. I'm happy to, if you have questions, I'll answer with what I know. And if not, I'll ask one of my plant friends. They've definitely been really helpful. And the plant community is great in that way. So thanks again for tuning in to David's Plantas. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. You can also subscribe to the channel. I'll keep the plant content coming. People are watching, so I'll keep making it. All right, thank you.